Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my old faithful buddies and my new subscribers. I appreciate you being here. Today I'm going to show you what I'm going to work on next, one of my new projects. So I have the Stitch the Seasons with Corinne going on. I have, what else do I have? Oh, my Goddess project going on. And I am going to start another project, but I haven't gotten into that one yet. And then the Roxy Journal of Stitchery Volume 5 came out, and I'm on board because if I can make something useful, I'm all about making it. So I've watched Rachel's video twice, Sarah's video once. There's no real guidelines. It's making a pouch. You can make the pouch in whatever way you want to make the pouch. So I'm gonna go for making the pouch. I pulled out some fabrics and stuff already, but first I want to mention something. Debbie commented on my Goddess video, and she said she keeps track of her, sorry, got distracted by looking at something. It's been one of those weeks, but I'll tell you about that. Anyway, she keeps like a little journal of her sew-alongs, stitch-alongs, whatever you want to call them. And I have this sketch diary that I bought. Gosh, I think it was from A.C. Moore. I don't know. I think this is where I got it several years ago when I was still weaving. And I took out about, I don't know, probably 10 pages of weaving notes that I'm not weaving like that anymore. So I don't think I'm going to be using it for that. So I am just sketching things in it, notes and stuff. And I also have like the Stitch of the Season with Corinne. And then I'm writing little notes in it and leaving myself 4 pages, one for each season. Some of my 2024 project ideas and what I've started. And I've left myself several pages for that. Hopefully I can write notes about that. And now I have one for the Roxy Journal of Stitchery. So I'm going to keep notes on that. And I've left myself some pages for that because they said you have the whole month of January to work on it. And I'm not sure if that means they're doing one project a month. I may have missed that somewhere. I probably need to go check the Facebook page. I don't know. I've looked in their descriptions in their videos, and they don't give a lot of information. They know what's coming up, and I don't think they realize that some of us need a little more info of what to shoot toward. They know what to shoot toward because they know what the end goal is. And I like to know what the end goal is so I can plan better, like planning pages for their projects. And then I have a dove project that I'm going to do from the Christmas panel, but it's going to be a project that I work on for however long it takes me throughout the year, because for me, it's not going to be Christmas. It's going to be a wall hanging, just like the Goddess is going to be a wall hanging. So it's my personal, so I have these 4 projects at the moment, but if you caught a glimpse of the project pages, then you know I have several here that I have in mind. They probably won't all come to fruition, but yeah. And then I have this planner that I picked up, and this is excellent for me keeping notes of when I start a project and when it has a monthly in the front, and then it has weekly. So it's a great space for me to write notes on about when I start it, what day I start a project and start filming it, and then what day I actually put it on YouTube for. Oh, that's because the pencil is in there. If I didn't have a pencil in here, I could probably turn it a lot easier. And I was writing in pen, and I quickly realized that I was messing up and crossing things out because, like, I thought I put out my previous video on Friday, yesterday, as I'm filming this. This is Saturday, but I didn't. I put it out for Saturday. So even with a calendar and YouTube giving me showing me a calendar and a day and a time to have the video show go live, then I still mess it up. I can't even coordinate all that. So anyway, this is a really nice size. One of my other projects I want to do is make a book cover for this, one that slips on and slips off. And I have 2 of these planners. One's a personal planner and one is a YouTube creativity planner. So keeping them separate helps me a lot. I don't get lost in the weeds then. And yeah, so that's what I'm using, just as an aside. Has nothing to do with this project in particular, but it does and it doesn't. It's going to help me plan. So yeah, those are my things. And I am going to make a book cover for this. And I don't think I'll make a book cover for this. I might. It depends on whether I could find another sketchbook this size. But I am enjoying using those and being more organized this year, which I've been working on since the end of 2023. Okay, so I'm going to make a pouch. I have a lot of really pretty fabrics picked out, chosen, selected, whatever proper word you want to use. I'm a lazy American speaker, so and so I found a perfect size piece of muslin that I feel like it was really meant to be used, but then I went back and I watched Rachel's video again this morning, and like Rachel, I'm trying to fix my light so there's not so many shadows. I like to stitch on a quilty type. I like when I make stuff like pouches, I want a quilty feeling to it. So instead of machine quilting, I'll be hand quilting, but I'll use this as my base. This batting is a scrap piece that I pulled out. I keep all my scraps. So it's approximately 9 inches. Because of my wonky cutting, it didn't really come out as well as it should. And it's about 18 inches long. So you can't see all that. Let me see. There we go. So it's about 9 by 18. So, yeah. And they said you can make it in any size you want. And this was a little bit bigger, and I thought that's really big. So I don't want it too deep. I don't know. I'm thinking that it might even, I don't know. I think the size will work. I feel like it's still a little bit large. If I find that I'm overwhelmed with the size as far as what to do on it, but we have the whole month of January. Of course, we're already almost a week in, and I have several other projects going, which I don't handle multiple projects at once very well. But anyway, all right. So what I'm going to do is, I hope this gray mat is okay and it's not throwing the colors off, or it's not messing up the, what's the word I'm looking for? The lighting, the light, the whole thing. And it doesn't seem to be reflecting. But I find that it's going to be easier to pin on this because the pins won't stick to this, whereas with my wool mat, the pins always stick. So I think I'm going with pinks and blues. I have a bin here, and I just went through my bins, and I have a lot of pinks and some blues. And I really, really do like some of these. So I am going to mix and match. Some are florals. I try to go with some plains because, too many florals together gets too busy for me. And yeah, I'm just weird that way. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to cut that right there. Use your muscles, Martha. So I hope this finds everybody doing well and having a good day. We are having some weather today. I'm going to put that there because I want these zigzagged edges to be covered. And I am not going to put everything right to the edge because I have a plan for the edge. So I might start in the middle. Just off center of the middle. Just off center of the center. And I'll probably have to, my cutting, if I'm not using a mat and a ruler that sits against the edge of the mat and a rotary cutter, I can't cut a straight line. It's very, very frustrating for me. I drew a line and couldn't cut a straight line. So there you go. All right. Now I'm wondering if I don't want this whole thing and I just want that, because I really like that a lot. I think that's where I'm going to go with it. I'm going to cut this right about there and tear that. And there we go. Alrighty. What I'm hoping to do on the edges is just use scrap fabrics. And I've wanted to do that technique and have not done it on anything yet. Not that I can remember. So, yeah, that's a technique I want to use on this. And I've seen Rachel do it 100 times. And I really like it and have never incorporated it. So, let's see. I'm not crazy about these circles. That color with these colors. So I don't know if I'm going to use that. Let's see. Oh my, I have so much to choose from. Like this piece I might save for some of the edging. So I think I'm going to save that for some of the edging. I think I'm going to put this blue next to it. This is a very thin fabric, this checkerboard. I think I'm going to go there. Hope it rips. Yes. Never know. You never know. Oh, see, I don't want it to cover that flower, and I like the fringy part. I'm thinking of keeping the frayed part of this. So let's see. Maybe I'll put this up here. Yes. I like it. I think I'm going to have to overlap that. I apologize if my stomach's making noise. I just ate lunch, so there's that. Alrighty. Yes, so I hope everybody is doing well. Like I said, we're having some weather today. We are in this part of Virginia. You know what I might do with this? Let's see. If this is my flap, and that's my, all right, I have to do this. That's my bottom, my pouch, and that's my, I think it goes this way, because that side's a little wider. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to have to keep it folded to put my pieces on. But I think what I'm going to do is, because I like the fringy stuff hanging off, I'm going to just stick a little pin in there. These little teeny tiny applique pins are interesting. Sometimes they hold the things down, sometimes not so much. Okay, so that's just for that. And so that'll come down, and I like the fringe hanging over the edge. But I think I'm going to, I will. Now I'm trying to think here. If I want to put a loop and a button on there or a tie, I'm going to have to make sure I do that before I stitch this all the way down. But I'm going to put that in the center. And it may not work for me. I like the ideas, and then when I go to actually incorporate it, it doesn't always work. All right. So now this has to turn around. And I'm going to put this, I think, right in the center, because I'm going to want to cover this up just a little bit with something and this side with something. I guess I didn't think this through very well, because that's the flowers I want to show. Well, you know, the zigzag edge can show. I'm not mad about that. So maybe we'll put this over here, because then I can cover the edges and not be covering my flowers with too much other stuff. Okay. So just using one pin in this is just going to temporarily, like if I need to move stuff around, It's not like it's going to be hard. And these pins, because they're so tiny, I'm finding that they don't gather the fabric in. So when I go to stitch it, it's not like puckery. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, yeah. Nope. Again, I'm probably use that for the edge. All right. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? No. Nerp. Okay. Edge, edge. Probably use that for the edge. I pulled out a bunch of little pieces. All right, you know, this would work because that could go up over, oh, but then it's going to cover that up. All right. Let's see. What else do I have here? Are you all going to work on this project? Okay, if I just leave a little edge there, a wonky edge, as a matter of fact. I think I'm going to tear this right up this space here. Oh, that's not going to work. It does not want to tear in that direction. How interesting. Okay. And we all know I can't cut a straight line. There it goes. Weird. Maybe it was the scissor cut I did. Okay. So, yep, that'll work. All right, so I want to cut that right about, better give myself enough. Good fabric. I think I got this in a fabric bundle somewhere. I don't remember buying it, so that's probably true. All right, that seems to work. Because that, you can't really tell if that's right side up or upside down, I don't think, from that angle. That's part of the pouch. I mean, the cover, not the pouch. You know, the flap, that thing. Okay. And then I want to make sure that's smoothed out, even though it's going over the fold. If I put it on there, and it's going to gap if I leave it folded over when I do it. All right. Okay. I feel like I'm getting there. I'm starting to feel it. Now, I have this really pretty fabric here. I think that would go really nice right in between because it's got pinks and blues in it. So maybe right there and maybe right there. Because I have to remember when I stitch these, they're going to suck the fabric in. And I might do a real light invisible stitch on this to see, now I want to lift this up. Where's that pin? Hold that thought. Now, uh-oh, that pin just went flying. Do I want that over or under? That's going to be the flap. And it's going to overhang. Over or under? Oh, decisions, decisions. Now see, I feel like there's a gap in there, but you know what? With gaps, actually, I'm going to leave this because I am going to do the same technique on this thing with folded over fabric. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this up there and bring this down here. Yes, I like that. Except I don't like the zigzaggy edge. I don't know if I can get rid of that. Not the right scissors, but I'm going to go with it. And when I stitch it down and cover it up with embellishments, it won't show how wonky that is. All right. So that's going over, over, over. But I have to make sure I cover this area here. Of course, you can always cover up any little holes with other embellishments, right? Something to remind myself of. I don't know where that pin went when it flung off of my mat. All right. So far, so good. I'm liking it. Hashtag liking it. I struggle with this pattern on pattern. So who knows? That might change at some point. I'd be more likely to put like a solid like this next to it. But I'm going to try and go with the flow here. And not overthink it. Because I can always put lace down there or something to kind of do the transition. Okay. So now I have to work on this part. Not too much. Alrighty. Yeah, so about 40 miles west of us, it's snowing like crazy. Here it's raining like crazy. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, I feel like I need to, what else do I have in here? See, I thought I chose so many fabrics that were, you know. And now I'm like, what else am I going to put in there? All right. I think I'm going to go with this. So I need probably here-ish. Just rip the whole piece. Okay. I really like that blue flower, so I think I'm going to keep it up on top. And tear it there because I'm leaving it an edge. I hope I'm on camera all this time because I can barely see the camera from where I am. Do that side. Leave a little space on the left for the edge pieces. Man, these pins are tiny. They're not what I was looking for. I was looking for a thin, these are a little chunky, a really thin, a little bit longer applique pin, but this is what I found. So for the moment, it's working. All right, used that. This is some of my favorite fabric in the whole entire world. So I think, let's see, we're gonna put that like that, I think. Where'd you come from? Maybe up a little more, right? Did I have that blue flower coming over? I don't remember now. Or am I doing this backwards? Nope, it's not backwards. Okay. And then that there. I'm not crazy about the plain, I'll be honest. I would like to put some of this on there. See, now I'm going, well, I should have left the pouch bigger because there's so many things I want to put on there. I didn't want to use a bunch of teeny tiny scraps because I don't do well with that. I'm trying to figure out if this has a direction on it. I mean, these flowers are going up and down like that. I think this is the right direction for that. That's right side up. Okay. Maybe. Well, okay. Jumping around in my thoughts. Not like me, right? Ha! What a joke that is. Definitely like me. All right. Now, am I going to go for like this? Oh, yes. I could do that right on that edge. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to... Oy, oy, oy. Where was that? Right here. Yes. Okay. I'm going to... sacrifice one of the flowers. The barometric pressure is changing and my ear is popping like crazy. Not cool. I've joked for a very long time that I'm allergic to Virginia. And a lot of things happen when the humidity rises and the barometric pressure changes, and yeah. All right. Yay. Okay. This guy might move over. I don't know. Now, are you going to go here? Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that fabric gorgeous? I don't think... Oh, I do have a selvage. Okay. I got this a while back. I don't think it's in print anymore. It's Susan Winget, W-I-N-G-E-T. It is called Botanical Buzz Garden Bouquet. I mean, if I could have bought the whole bolt of this and just used that for the rest of my life, I'd have been happy. Trust me. It would have made me very happy. Now, the problem with putting this on the edge is when I do my edge fabrics, they're going to overlap part of what I'm showing here. So I don't know that I want that to happen. So I think this is going to have to come up this way. What do we think? Maybe I should move this over and have it off center. I guess the overlap's fine, huh? All right, so I need something else for there. Do I want another piece of this fabric? Oh, why not? Let's shoot for that. Where did I tear that from? There it is. What else do I have here? Can I use what's on the edge here? I could. I could use these blue flowers and that pink butterfly. But I'd have to go up into that. I could just use this and then some of that would be covered. That's okay. I can do that. Okay. I'll put that under there. So I'll move this over to about here. Oh, I love this fabric. Have I mentioned that I love this fabric? How high does this have to be? Am I going to get that butterfly in there or no? Well, I could. Let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for the butterfly, even though I didn't see it at first. A little more. Did you know that if you tear your fabric, when you buy new fabric, it is not straight because it comes straight off the production line, and then they put a sizing in it to keep it looking crisp and new and all that for the bolt that it goes on. Now, the only problem I'm going to have, I think I'm going to have to come down here with this. Yeah. And that's easy enough to do. Again, my butterfly might get obscured by the fabrics I overlap here, but I'll be really careful and not worry too much about that. Okay. And when you try and fold fabric straight off the bolt, it'll never line up right. But I wash my large pieces of fabric, if I get fat quarters or, and I've mentioned this before, if I get fat quarters or I get, interesting. I think I'm going to have to shrink this piece because that's going to be really thick there. I'm going to cut this right there. Sorry. Thought processes. Right there, maybe. Uh-oh. Ouch. Just whacked my knuckles. And if you take a piece of fabric and you try and fold selvage edge to selvage edge, it will not line up here. It'll be wonky every single time. It won't be a straight line. It'll be wonky. It'll have like this weird bend in it. But if you tear it, if you tear your edge here off the selvage edge and you line that edge up, you'll get straight fabric. Anyway, learn that in a quilting class. Probably like that. Let's see. Now, the question is, when I fold the flap over, is butterfly going to be upside down? Very well could be. Right? If I made the flap there, I have not. All right, let me stick a pin in it. Stick a fork in it, I'm done. But I'm not done. Okay. That's the pouchy part. And that's the fold over part, the flap. Yes! I like it. I do. I like it like that. I think I could scooch this piece over so that it's overlapping here. And then my edging fabric can go there. And this pink blends into that pink. And this blue check kind of gives it a little bit of a break in the fabrics to the eye. Okay. Now, what am I going to do here? I think I'm thinking I need to pin this little puppy up here. And I'm not crazy about the plain piece. As much as I said too many patterns in a row, kind of make me a little crazy. Okay. Let's see. I'm liking that, okay. And then that there. Wow, that rain is starting to come down hard. Alrighty. Yes, I'm happy with that. Do I carry? Nope, I'm going to use some of that on the edge. All right, let's get rid of the big butterfly fabric because I've used enough of that. I'll just keep using it if I have that chance. Used that, used that, used that. Didn't love that. I have not used this yet. Oh, I like this piece here. I want to use this piece. I think I'm going to use that piece right there. This nice stripe. It's not plain. I could use it right across there, couldn't I? It has a tape mark there, but I can cover that. This was in a sample linen pieces of stuff that I got from somebody at when I used to do spinning and weaving. I'm gonna bring her over here. Okay. And then, well, let's see. I've not used this yet. I've not used this. There's a part of me that wants to use that, but there's a part of me that feels like it doesn't fit in. On this piece. Those are too bright. Not crazy about those. I could put that piece right there. Again, I feel like this is too much plain. All right, I'm going to chop this off here. I still like that blue flower. That's very, very lined up there. Not sure I love that. Too much of a straight line. Of course, that's going to be over. What is that? Is it? Is that going to be on a fold? Yeah, that folds there. So it won't really be that noticeable. Okay. I can live with that. It's a little bit of rest for the eye, plus someplace I can put either stitching or lace or butterflies or something else like that. And then I could put, I'm going to cut this here. Let's see. Well, should I do that? I don't know. I feel like I need to cut this here. Oh my. It does not want to tear. Thank you. Funny how sometimes you can get it to tear really easily. Depends on the direction of the fabric too. Okay. And then I need something down here. I just made my life more complicated. Maybe, can I get this to work? Sure. We'll give it a shot. Okay. I'm not very good at cutting a straight line to start the cut with either, the tear with. Okay, I'm gonna lift that up and lift that up. No. See, I'm not sure I like the cream background. I feel like it doesn't blend in with the rest of it very well. No, I'm not happy with that. Okay, you get set aside. And I just need a little bit more. Something. No, I'm using that there. Stripes? No, don't like that either. Uh-oh. Are we going to have to go hunting? Well, I was going to use some of this on the edge, but that's not even wide enough anyway. Okay. Maybe this is the wrong piece to use. But I have that there. Here we go again. This is where it's going to fold. Well, not quite up that far. Okay. That's going to be the fold. That's going to be the fold. I wonder, should I cut that part off? Make it a shorter pouch? And do it this way? That's a possibility. No. No. I just need to figure this out. Okay. Work it out, Martha. No. All right, I'm going to put you on hold and go hunting for fabric. I found something, but I'm going to move these two pieces. I got to stop putting pins in my mouth. It's a very, very extremely bad habit. Don't do it. Let's see. These flowers sort of go every which way. So I could put this here. I don't think anybody would notice if they're like, well, no, I think it does go this way, honestly. So I may have had it sideways anyway from the way it should have gone. I pulled this piece. Now, if you watched any of my rice bag series, I made the octagon five-sided bag, storage bag from this. Too big? It's certainly heavy. I was thinking of putting this here. There's missing some edge there. And maybe putting, all right, hold that thought. Let me see if I can cut a straight line here. Now I like that. I like that better, and the pink kind of goes ziggy-zaggy, catty corner, and blue catty corner, and then more pink here. The only thing is this piece doesn't really cover as much as it should now. Okay. Where's the other piece of that? Is it wider? Here. It's a larger piece. And that'll be covered. I'll cover it with something. Something that'll cover that. I could probably, let's see, let me measure. I could cut part of that. It's not really going to cut off anyway. Okay. There we go. I think that's better. Yes. And then that just fits over the top of that. Maybe we'll even put that under there. Yes. I'm liking that because that's nice and soft. Okay. Holy cow. Batman. All right, well, I'm probably going to, let's see. Big fingers, little pins. All right, so let's see what we've got. Let me clean up over here. Get all of this out of the way. So this is supposed to come up about there-ish, methinks. And then this is supposed to come down, well, actually, that's going to come down right about there. So I really like the flap. I like the way this fabric interacts with that fabric and that fabric interacts with that fabric. I'm happy with this. And then that's that side of it. There's not a ton of fabric on here. It's not a bunch of little tiny pieces. And it's very pretty. and blue and pink and floral. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it with you guys. I will probably do some invisible stitching to get all of this down first, so when I start stitching, it doesn't pull away. And if you don't know what invisible stitching is, it's just little teeny tiny stitches where you come up and go down like one thread next to it, and then take a longer stitch on the back of the fabric, and yeah, keep going like that. Now I'm not going to cantha stitch this. I would like to embellish it with stitches, so this is probably going to take me at least a week to work on, because I have these other projects that I'm doing. So I am very glad that you joined me. Let me know if you're doing the Roxy Journal of Stitchery. I'll link the video from Rachel below, and she has her sisters and all the other links, you know, attached to her description box. And so just look in the description boxes for whatever you need, and I will see you in the next one. And what is it going to be? I'm working on my goddess. I'm working on my winter stitch the season, and I have one more project I want to start. Let's see if my brain can handle more than 3 projects at a time. I don't think I can. I don't think physically I can. I don't think videoing I can. I might save that project for a little later in the year when I finish the goddess, or finish, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. I think 3 projects is all I can handle. In fact, that's a lot for me. So that all being said in a very rushed way, have a great day, everybody. Happy crafting, and thanks for joining me. Bye.